painful is childbirth? That's what everyone wants to know, and quite rightly so. Heavily pregnant, you know time is coming up. You might be mid-20 weeks, mid-30s. You know that come anywhere between 40, 42, 43 weeks, you will be giving birth. And it's the number one question that I am asked again and again and again. To which I have to answer, I don't know. I do not know what you are going to feel while you labour and while you birth. Why? Because pain is subjective. Now, I'm happy to use the word pain. It's an incredibly loaded word, pain. It comes with so many connotations that a lot of hypnobirthing teachers now don't use it and they just use the word sensation. But I think we dumb people down a little bit. And I fear that if I use the word sensation, I am taking away from this enormous experience that you're going to be having. It is subjective. If someone walked into this room now and kicked me in the shins and then zipped over to where you are and kicked you in the shins, we wouldn't know what each other had felt. I could tell you it hurt and it was painful, but what would that actually mean to you and your experience? I could say it was a 7 out of 10 pain, and you could say it was an 8 out of 10 pain. But what's a 10? It's subjective. Different people feel different things. Now, you may in the past have seen documentaries about people with a congenital insensitivity to pain. Okay, and it happens when they're children, we start to find out. And you have to learn, you have to teach these people to be very careful with their bodies, because pain is vital for the human experience. We need pain. So what happens if people have a congenital insensitivity? As children, they'll bite their tongues off because they can't feel them. It doesn't matter how careful you are, by mid-20s, they may have lost their fingers. Because pain is there to keep us straight. It's a positive experience for humankind. It says, get your hand out the fire. Don't pick that up, it's too heavy, you're going to hurt yourself. Don't do that, don't touch this, that's sharp, you're bleeding. All of these messages are there to keep us safe and whole. So you see, the tricky thing here is that your body has been growing a baby for however many weeks now. It knows that you are growing another human being, and it knows that you are soon going to give birth to it. So where the whole pain issue comes is basically there is no warning. Now, you can venture into the conversation about the fear, tension, pain cycle, which is really important to understand. And that is, I'm scared, therefore I'm tense. And if I am tense, my labour is going to be a lot harder and I will feel pain as muscles and fibres kind of rub over each other as the body tries to resist what is naturally going to be happening. But again, pain is subjective. Pain is important. There's a wonderful quote, and it goes, "The devil said to me, 'You cannot withstand this storm.' So I whispered in the devil's ear and said, 'I am the storm.' I do not know what you are going to feel in labour, but I know you can do it. I know you can. You might have to walk through fire, but you will walk out the other side and be absolutely fine. These huge experiences are women's experiences. They're ours, and we need to lean forward, lean into them and control them. Well, maybe not control, but own them. That's a better word. We need to lean forward and own them. We need to lean into these sensations. And I think for years and years and years, we've been told, back away from this. Oh, you don't need this. Let's take it away from you. Let's do whatever we need to. You just lie down, do nothing. We'll do this birthing thing for you. And in terms of feminism, that's really, really not done us a lot of good. We've started looking at birth as something alien and other and dangerous. And it's not. We're built to give birth. Our bodies are built to birth babies. And babies are built to be born. You will be the beginning, the middle, and the end of the entire experience. You are the absolute eye of the storm, the centre. Everything will revolve around you, and you will stand there central to it all. So when we talk about pain, can we talk about good pain? I mean, we do have a word for it. It's labour. But if you've never had a baby before, that means nothing to you right now. Labour pain. Lots of people talk about it. I just felt like I was being squeezed in the middle. It felt like intense period pains. I had a woman who saw me in clinic quite a few times before she gave birth because she was so afraid of birth being more painful than her endometriosis. And post-birth, I heard back from her and she said it was nowhere near as bad as the endometriosis, goodness. Nowhere near as bad at all. It was a positive birth experience. Your birth can be a positive birth experience, however intense or hard it's been. And remember, when we talk about the painful bits, we're talking about each surge, contraction, as they come in, goes up, 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 and down the other side. And there are jolly great gaps in between of nothing. So the sensation you're feeling comes in with the surge and goes out with the surge and is gone until the next one. And if I took all the bits that are going to be really intense for you and put them over here, and all the bits where you're just sitting around doing nothing and put them over here, this would be a massive pile to this tiny little pile over here. You can lean into this. You can do this. But I tell you what, if at any point you decide, no, time out, I'm done with this now, you have options. And they range from using your hypnobirthing techniques, birthing in water or in a shower, to gas and air, whether you're going to take the gas and air during the surges, through to the narcotics, the pethidines, the dimorphins, all the way up to epidural. And no one's going to give you a golden badge if you decide to not have any of these or have all of them. It's your choice. Lean in toward these feelings. Live with the moment. Don't be thinking I've got another hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Stay within the moment and look no further than that. Feel it, explore it, make noise, move. These things are important. Don't be lying flat on your back in the lithotomy position on a bed. No mammals do that. That's completely from a patriarchal system of caregivers and what works for them, not what works for you. We need to get up and move. All mammals will move during labour and make noise. So move and make noise and put that in your toolbox, your kit that you have, that you know will see you through your labour and birth. Yes? Walk about, move, make noise, moan, groan, God, sing opera if you want to. I'm sure the midwives will absolutely love it. And then see how you go at any point, without little expectation, other than you're made to do this, and you can do it. And what you feel will not be what the next person feels, or the person next to that person. And the stories you've been told, people saying it was the worst experience, it was so painful, things on ER or Grey's Anatomy or EastEnders. They're stories. They're not you. And you are individual. And what you experience is individual. Pain in childbirth is subjective. What you feel is subjective, but it's yours. So I hope that just this small little video will go some way to giving you a sense of power over your own feelings. You are made of very strong metal. You just have to explore that. Lean into it. Don't be afraid. It's just childbirth. It might make you as a person. It might change your outlook on life forever. It's a huge transition. A baby's born, but a mother is born also. You weren't mum before, and you will be. You change completely, and all transformative experiences are marked. And if it does feel overwhelming at times, well, then that's understandable, because everything has just changed. So I do hope that helps. Good luck with your birth. Watch some of the other videos that we've got. Learn as much as you can and have a wonderful birth experience.